So if you're living your life for the Lord and you're not seeing fruit, you're not seeing your prayers answered, and you're thinking, why is it, Lord, that you've promised me something, but it's not coming to fruition? I want to encourage you and tell you that maybe God is showing you that you're not making time for it, because God, He already wants to do something for you. But so many of us in life, we have this mentality of, oh, I have faith and I believe, but it's not coming to pass. But that's because a lot of us are not making time for it. And what you have to understand about God is that when He's given you something, He wants you to take action. He wants you to take steps towards realizing what it is that God has for you. And going through this process doesn't mean that you're sitting and waiting for God to just kind of do everything. And yes, that's true to some degree. That's true that God, His sovereign hand is going to make anything happen. You're not going to plant something and then you work out the details of how the fruit actually, or the seed actually like waters itself and does all that. God will make that work. But for you to water it, to plant it, to do certain things, that's what's required in your investment into something. And so I want to encourage many of you guys today, those that are sitting there and you're hoping and waiting for money to come, you're hoping and waiting for a relationship, you're hoping and waiting for a career or a job or whatever the opportunity is. Maybe it is that God is wanting you to move into a season of investing your time into something. And so nothing is going to ever come out without action. So faith without action, without works, is dead. And so many people today, if this is you, I want to encourage you today. God, He sees what you want. He sees your heart. He sees what it is that is good for you. And I'm not saying you're being selfish. I'm not saying you're being greedy and all these negative things. That might be Satan that's attacking you into thinking that so that he can discourage you. Satan can discourage you to move away from that. But really, God has it already in store and in mind for you. He wants to give you that tangible blessing. He wants to give you that opportunity. He wants to give you those friendships and that wife and that husband. He wants to give you your children. He wants to give you all these things. And it's good because it's for the kingdom. It's going to be redeemed for godly purposes. But right now, we're not making time. We're not making time to go deeper. It's even applicable for spiritual things. You want to get smarter. You want to get more educated. You want to grow deeper in your faith. You want to become more of a man and woman of God. You want to be more Christ-like. You want to be redeemed. But you're not investing the time in reading scripture. You're not investing the time in prayer. And so if this is you today, may this be an exhortation to you. May this be a little push, a little kick in the butt for you to go out and say, you know what? Let me make time today. Let me make time daily. Let me make a habit to quit this sinful addiction. Let me make time so that I can increase my knowledge, increase my strength, increase my ability, my capacity for something. I want to handle more things. I want to steward more things. I want to be better at life. I want to be more of a redeemed man, woman of God, so that I can be used to add value and to make things happen in the world. I want to be a miracle worker. I want to reach the world for the gospel. I want to do all these things, but it's not happening because many of us are not investing the time. We're not investing our resources, the stewardship we have over something, and really we're squandering it. And so I'm not trying to yell at anybody here today, but rather some of these sort of motivational videos is in such a way where it's pushing you, it's nudging you and saying, you know what, maybe it's a wake-up call for me to go and do these things. So if this is you today and you've been thinking about it and it's come to your heart to say, you know what, I have to take steps, I have to take actionable steps. Maybe this video is that catalyst for you to go out and really say, today is the day I want to make time. Because if you make time, again, what you will reap what you sow. Anything in life, if you read scripture, God, He's not a man that lies. He's not a God that lies, not a man. Jesus was a man who came in the flesh, but God is not a God who lies. So if in scripture, He's saying you will reap what you sow, you plant, right? And if you water and you do these things, then you will get fruit. You can make input to output. This equals that. There are equations in the system, in the economy of God that is relevant. So when you plant, when you sow, when you invest in something, you will get some kind of output. Yes, it's not going to be, exactly the way you're thinking, but it's the way God is using it. So if you're investing your time in a skill set and it's not coming out in a certain way, you're still experiencing it. You're still growing and experimenting, trial and error through it. but ultimately you're gaining more, you're progressing more. And so if you do that, if you go and talk to, brothers and sisters, trying to understand what it is to kind of, have a relationship with somebody. And by that, I don't mean just romantic. I mean, how to interact with people. You get more experience when you interact with communities and other people. And then if you understand what it means to try to get a job, you're applying and you're going through this process of the interview, how to interview better, how to, like all these things, even though it's a failure in your eyes or in man's eyes, it's redeemed because you're gaining experience and you're moving through things. So even if you fall forward and you're failing, it's still being used for some positive thing down the line. And so don't look at this as being a waste. Don't look at this and say, well, Chris, it doesn't work. It's not helping me in any way. It could be, but you're learning and you're growing through that. But the point here is that God, he's looking at your situation and saying, are you investing your time? Are you going through this process and really redeeming it and giving me glory, meaning God glory and honor through all of it? Because if you're not, and you're sitting there and you're doing nothing and you are a wicked and lazy servant, God, in Proverbs, Psalms, and just even the New Testament, he will say to you, you wicked and lazy servant, get away from me, right? So if you're sitting there and you're not being a good steward, you have the one talent, you buried it in the ground. That's not the best way to steward this calling and this time that you have right now. This is your opportunity. This is your chance to take the rest of this year, 2025, or maybe you're watching it in the future, and redeem it and really say, you know what, let me take actionable steps. Let me do something to get out of this funk, to get out of this hole that I'm in, to get out of this little place that is making me inactive, immobile, and quite frankly, ineffective in life. You want to be effective. You want to be used for the glory of God. You have to take steps. You have to invest your time. Time will always pass, but don't look back and say, you know what, because the time has passed and I did nothing about it. That's a bigger regret than doing something about it. And maybe, you fail and you learn through the process, but at the end of it, you say, you know what, I don't regret this time. Well, the time will always pass. But the question is, what will you do for that time? You might as well redeem it. You might as well use it for godly things. So go out there and do what God has called you to do. Go out there and plant and sow, reap what you sow, good things. Go out there and make sure that you don't look back on the last year, the next whatever many months, and say, you know what? I heard Chris, I saw this video and I still didn't do anything about it. Go out there and do something about it. God cares for you. He loves you. You are a child of God, and you can be also used for big things in this lifetime. Don't squander it. Don't waste it. Go out there and give all of it for the glory of God. Love you guys. Be encouraged. Guys, you guys know I'm doing a multi-part series on God's timing. If you guys want more, follow, comment, and stay tuned. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.